So I did some stat digging and I did some statistics, wrote a bunch of them down, and we're going to try to figure out what is going on with this defense. Also, what is up, Ian and Finn Hodkin? You guys having a fantastic Friday? What is up, Finn fans? Normally on this Friday, you get a preview video for the Sunday's game, but the Dolphins play on Monday. So you're getting your preview video Saturday, which is my birthday. Yes, tomorrow is my birthday. So you get a special preview video / my birthday. I'm old. I'm turning 38. So no birthday today. Don't have to say happy birthday today. You don't even have to say tomorrow when it's my actual birthday. Just giving you a forewarning, I might be a little extra jolly because tomorrow is my birthday. So today I did a ton of research. I looked at a ton of different things, and I'm trying to figure out what the flip is going on with this defense. But before we jump to that, I do have to shout out today's sponsor, Sleeper. You guys know about Sleeper. I've talked about them. I've used them. I've showed you how the app works. Fantastic fantasy app. If you use the promo code DDW, you get 100% up to $100. Super fun. Go check it out. Obviously, 18 or older, and please play responsibly. But yeah, we're going to jump into this. One more quick shout out. Bunch of you guys got your merch. If you would like to grab a shirt, I have the Show Me 2025, which they haven't done yet, is up there. I have the OG DDW Stay Classy shirts. Brian got himself one, and look at that man cave. Holy moly. Then you also have Jay over here, got himself one with a pup in the background. Cute dog, absolute cute dog. Jimmy got himself one taking a bathroom selfie so you can see the back of the Show Me shirt. And then Derek got himself one. Very intimidating. Appreciate you, Derek. And then Jeff got himself one. So again, if you're like, hey, I want to get one, linked in the description. I'm not using Teespring anymore because you have no idea. These guys just got their shirts, and in July I made those shirts available. So I was like, I'm not using Teespring anymore. I think I'm using Printful. So that is linked in the description. So if you go scroll down the description, you'll see merch, and then you'll see the link if you want to go grab yourself one. So the Miami Dolphins defense is not doing good. It's not doing good at all. And so I'm thinking to myself, because the secondary isn't playing too bad, but it's not doing great. So I got a bunch of statistics I'm going to throw at you right now. So against pressure, so how much pressure this defense gets, they're 31st ranked with 18.9% pressure. It's not good. It's literally second to last. But big, fat, pimply, ugly, but they are second in the NFL when it comes to blitzing 43% of the time. So you're blitzing second most in the NFL, but you are second to last in getting pressure. You're also second to last, 31st in getting quarterback hits with 7.4%, but you are fifth in the NFL and allowing scrambling at 9.5%. So again, you're not getting pressure. You're not getting after the quarterback. You're blitzing, and by blitzing, you are allowing the fifth most scramble rate. Throwaways, they are 26th in the NFL with 1.1%, which means that they are not forcing the quarterbacks to throw the ball away, which would entail getting pressure on them. They are 12th in the NFL in checkdowns, though. 14.7% of the opposing quarterbacks throw checkdowns because, again, no one's there to cover it. They are 30th in the NFL in clean pocket percentage. 40% of the dropbacks are clean pockets. So again, wrap your head around this. They are blitzing 43% of the time, second most in the NFL, but they are 30th and giving up a clean pocket of 40%. 30th. They're 18th in sacks. 6 sacks isn't too bad. And then you look at the secondary, right? You look at the 20-plus yard completions. They are dead last, giving up 100% of the time 20-plus yard completions. They are 32nd in completion percentage with 78.8%. They are 10th. So here's the thing that's interesting, though. This is the thing that's interesting. Because, one more time, this is the thing that's interesting. We talk about the fact that Curtis Weaver, that's not his name, Anthony Weaver, is a zone, right? We're going to run zone. The reason we're not going after certain corners, certain guys, is because they don't fit the scheme of zone, and they want to be more of a man, all that stuff. We run man defense third most in the NFL, 47.4% of the time. We run zone 10th most in the NFL, 52. So obviously we run zone more. But when it comes to the NFL, we run more man 30, third in the NFL. Obviously most of the NFL is running zone, but it's not that far off. Now, tight coverage, we are 20th in the NFL with 20%. Open, we are 9th in the NFL with 31%. Wide open, we are very low in 25th with 13.8%. And then closing coverage, we're actually high with 7%, 7th with 16.3%. And what closing coverage means is they might seem open, but the corner or the safety is very close to be able to close in, either knock the ball out or cause interception. So the secondary, to me, after going off these statistics, isn't that bad, right? With the open percentage being 9th, again, guys aren't that open. Closing coverage being 7th, we're in the vicinity. It's, to me, and it's funny, it's not necessarily the secondary that's the problem. Again, 31st in pressure, 31st in quarterback hits, 26th in throwaways, 30th in clean pocket, but we blitz second most in the NFL. You got to be able to get after the quarterback with just your front four. So then I did some more delving, some more deep diving, and I wanted to see something because obviously, Seiler gets a new contract, kind of disappeared. And a lot of people are wondering, where is he? And then he had the roughing the kicker against the Bills that kind of really helped them take the lead. And a lot of people are very frustrated with Zack Seiler. And so I'm like, what is going on with him, right? Because we had back-to-back years from Seiler having, double-digit sacks. One year had Christian Wilkins with him. The next year he had Calais Campbell with him. And I've come to this conclusion. And I feel like this is why our defensive front is struggling. Because again, I'm trying to figure out what is happening with this defense. The defensive line is depending on Seiler. No one else is stepping up. When he had Christian Wilkins, he had someone else to step up. When he had Calais Campbell, he had someone else to step up. And you might be saying to yourself, well, we're paying him. Why isn't he stepping up? He is. So I looked up double team rate and triple team rate. So essentially how much they are being double teamed and triple teamed when they're on the field. When you look at the Miami Dolphins front with Chop and Phillips and Chubb and Grant and Seiler and Judon and Jordan Phillips, Seiler's getting double teamed 61.25% of the time. 61.25% of the time. To give you some perspective on that, right? And that's on 80 pass rushes. To give you some perspective on that, I looked up some guys who are considered top of their game defensive linemen who have made a career of making the opposing offensive lines living hell, right? Vita Vea. Vita Vea is no slouch. Vita Vea is going to eat some blocks up. He's going to get after you. Double teamed 56.84% of the time. 56.84. Chris Jones. We all know about Chris Jones. We heard the hot mic of him barking at Jalen Hurts, telling him, you only had 100 yards. And he told him to shut his blank up. 59.41% of the time he is double teamed. Again, Seiler's 61.25. So it's in the same vicinity, but a little bit more of the double team. And then I looked at other guys, right? You got like Aiden Hutchins, who's a defensive end. It's a different thing, but I just wanted to throw that at you. 60% of the time he gets double teamed. Again, Seiler, 61.25. But if you go and look at like the defensive linemen, especially for teams that are like top in pressure and top in sack, like Minnesota, Washington, Cleveland, Buffalo, all that stuff, you start noticing like Jalen Redmond, who's with Detroit, 66% of the time. Again, same vicinity as Seiler. You have Brandon Fisk, 60% of the time. You have, I already talked about Chris Jones. Jalen Carter's up there, 67. But again, about what, 6% off? I'm trying to find someone on a team that I was just literally talking about. Detroit, DJ Reader. He gets double teamed like a mother 80% of the time. But again, he gets double teamed like a mother. Then you have Aiden Hutchins, who is eating. I'm going to get to my point. I just want to give you guys some more examples because I'm going to get to my point. These guys are getting double teamed. Minnesota, Javon Hargraves. Again, Minnesota right now is the number 1 team in the NFL when it comes to pressure. They are the number 3 team in sacks. Javon Hargraves, 61.4% of the time. So again, around the same exact amount as Seiler. So here's my even triple team. Zack Seiler is getting triple teamed 7.5% of the time. Javon Hargraves is getting triple teamed 3.5% of the time. Do you see what I'm saying? What the point I'm bringing up and what I'm starting to figure out is the problem with this defense is no one else is stepping up. We're all expecting and we're all looking at Zack Seiler. We got 2 double-digit sacks years out of you. Oh, you got to do everything. And that is what the offense is noticing. We got to deal with Seiler. So they're double teaming him and at a small margin, but they're triple teaming him. No one else is getting home. Chop, double team 24% of the time. Phillips, double team 24% of the time. Chubb, double team 21% of the time. They're not getting home. And if you look at the edge rushers, some of the best, again, Aiden Hutchinson, double team 60% of the time. TJ Watt, double team 47% of the time. Trey Hendrickson's double team 41% of the time. These guys are getting double teamed, double to triple our edge rushers are getting. Michael Parson, double team 67% of the time. Donnell Hunter, double team 41% of the time. Our guys are barely getting double team 25% of the time. Now, the only guy who's getting triple teamed at all when it comes to our pass rushers is Chop, 2.7% of the time. But here's the other thing. Chop is only get on the field for pass rushing 37. Phillips is 61. Chubb is 57. Grant 63. Seiler 80. 80 snaps on the field as a pass rusher. Seiler 80. He is above and beyond. The next closest to him has 17 less snaps, and that is Kenneth Grant, the rookie. And then it's Jaylen Phillips. So we kind of have to take a step back and stop getting on Seiler so much because the man is doing everything he can while also taking a ton of attention. Everyone else should really step up and wake up. So there's that, right? So that's the other thing I noticed. I was like, wow. Because I was even like, Seiler, where you been the past 3 weeks? You gotta, he's taking the attention so everyone else can eat, but no one's eating. No one's eating. Then I looked at Jaylen Phillips, right? 27th in win percentage, 19.2, and this is out of defensive ends and D linemen. So that's good to be 27th because there's a lot of pass rushers, and if I go look at his win percentage, and I'll pull it up while I'm talking. He's doing better than some of the best pass rushers in the NFL right now. So that's pretty good. Again, I will give it to you. I'll give it to you straight, Holmes. Sorry. It's horrible. Win percentage. Here we go. So what I say, 27th. He's doing better than the Baltimore pass rusher. He's doing better than Dexter Lawrence. He's doing better than Jeffrey Simmons. His win percentage is better than Max Crosby. His win percentage is better than Javon Hargraves, Nolan Smith, Cameron Hayward. All of these guys, Jaylen Phillips' win percentage is better than, and that means winning your pass rush. His is better. It just is, he's doing really well. His TPS, win percentage, so it's total per snap, is 33%, which is 11th among defensive ends. Again, that is good. He is 13th in hurrying amongst defensive ends. But here's the kicker. right? So I'm giving you great stats from Jaylen Phillips. He's winning his pass rush win rate at a high rate. He's doing better than some of the best out there. His, win rate per snaps and his hurries are up there, top 15, top whatever. Dropping him into coverage among defensive ends, he is 9th most coverage percentage with 22.5% of the time. So one of your best pass rushers, the guy who's doing well at getting, winning his, scheme or winning his, block shedding and all that stuff and getting pressure and making the quarterback hurry, you are dropping him into coverage 9th most among defensive ends. 9th most, which is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Why? Like literally coverage percentage, he is 9th with 22.5. Nolan Smith is 18th. Like I will throw names at you of some really good. Latu is 26th, who picked off Tua. He only drops back 12.2% of the time, whereas Jaylen Phillips is 22.5% of the time. Less than half. Bradley Chubb only drops back 11.6. Don't ever do that again. We saw what happened. Brian Burns, 10.4. Like, you look at some of the best pass rushers. Joey Bosa, 8.6. They just don't drop. Stop dropping him back into coverage. I am showing you statistics of him being an effectful and disruptive pass rusher. Yet 9th in the NFL among edge that you are dropping him back into coverage. Now, don't get me wrong. If you want to mess with the offensive line and drop him back into coverage, by all means, but do it when we are successful. Do it when we are leading the NFL in sacks and pressure and all this stuff. Don't do it when you have to be 2nd in the NFL in blitzing. Don't do it when you're 31st in pressure, 31st in quarterback hits, 26th in throwaways, which means they don't throw the ball away, 30th in clean pocket percentage. Like, don't do it when you're not getting after the quarterback, because you'll have him drop back into coverage and the offensive line's like, oh, okay. I didn't expect you to get through me anyway because they barely rush you anyway. That is the problem with this defense. That is what's going on with this defense. It's those two aspects that I'm giving you. Zack Seiler is double and triple teamed on the same level as Vita Vea and Chris Jones and some of the, best defensive linemen in the NFL, and no one else is doing anything. And then you're expecting Jaylen Phillips to do something, and they're dropping him back into coverage 9th most in the NFL. Even though, again, he is 27th among defensive line and defensive end. If I just looked at just defensive end, it'd probably be much higher. In win percentage, he is 11th in per snap win percentage. He's 13th in hurrying the quarterback. There's a huge disconnect. You're trying to do too much. And there's a problem there. You predicated your defense on the secondary is going to be young. So we're going to focus on pass rushers. They even signed Matthew Judon. And it ain't working because you keep trying to do different things. You drop Seiler into coverage. You drop Kenneth Grant into coverage. You drop Bradley Chubb into coverage. Like all of these guys, just let them get after the quarterback and have the guys who are in coverage play in coverage. Stop trying to be a sneaky Pete. You know why they're being a sneaky Pete? Because it's not working. And that entail is the problem with the defense, is the defensive front. And it's because certain players aren't eating like they should be, with Seiler getting doubled and triple teamed. And you keep dropping Jaylen Phillips, you're probably your best pass rusher, into coverage. Stop doing that. If you're going to do that, put Willie Gay in at times at pass rusher. Have Jaylen Phillips on one side and have Willie Gay on the other side, and have Willie Gay drop back into coverage. Because that makes just more sense. And I'm not even trying to be sarcastic. That makes more sense than having your best pass rusher drop back into coverage. Because it ain't working. Now, we got a team coming up, the Jets, who offense is sputtering, but they have a very good run game. So this is something we need to focus on. Now, obviously, tomorrow, I'm going to give you my preview for the Dolphins-Jets game. I will be live Monday night. for the Jets game. My dad won't be here, so I apologize. 2 games in a row. You don't see my father, but that's what happens when we play primetime games. My dad's a truck driver. He has to be up at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So he's not going to be hanging out with me till 11 o'clock. But you will see him the following week, 1 o'clock against the Carolina Panthers. Hey, we beat the Jets. We beat the Panthers. We can get on a roll. You can be like butter and get on a roll. And we have a hard game at home versus the Chargers. We win those 3 games, we're back to 500. Will it happen? Probably not. Never say never, though. Comment below. Let me know what you think about my assessment of what's wrong with the defense. I will see you tomorrow previewing the Miami Dolphins taking on the New York Jets. Big game for both teams who are 0-3. But other than that, like usual, stay classy. FN's up.